Welcome back. I hope you are having a great week. And I do hope that you had a chance to either request some testimonials on LinkedIn or you started developing your profile on there, or maybe you sent some emails to your former colleagues or supervisors just asking them for a testimonial. Remember, your request can be simple and sweet. Always show gratitude, but their testimonial can also be short and sweet. So make sure that's clear. We're not asking for a college application recommendation letter here, right? We're just trying to create some validation within our business that we are legit, good people. We're going to do what we say we're going to do, and we're not going to steal your money, right? And having people kind of back us up in that is just going to create that sense of trust. So today we are jumping into a little bit different topic. We're going back into marketing. So I know we already touched base a little bit on marketing, and some of the stuff that we're going to learn in this course is going to benefit you not only in your business, but it's also going to benefit your client's business. So today we are actually diving into email marketing. Now, what you can consider here is maybe you're like, I don't want to do email marketing for my business, which is your choice. I encourage you to do some if you have the capacity. But let's say you really just detest it, you really don't want to do it. Now you'll at least have the background knowledge to be able to speak to your clients in a way that shows you understand the basics of how an online business runs. You don't have to be a copywriter or a marketing expert, but you do need to understand the basic, structure of an online business and things they do, right? Like you can learn any software program that you want to learn. You really can, but you need to show them before you start working with them that you get the basics. So, I really wanted to go over this with you because email is pretty much in every single business that you're going to run into, whether, it's an online business coach, a realtor, or like a brick and mortar, like indoor playground. It doesn't matter who you're working with. They do email marketing in some way if they're marketing to clients, which I don't know a business that doesn't market to their clients. So you really need to understand the basics of this, and you can decide, like I said, I use this for my business. I always have, even when I was in the beginning stages of being a VA, I started setting this up, and it really benefited me in the long run. So the purpose of creating, looking at email marketing and creating a nurture email sequence is to engage with your email subscribers, okay? And in the beginning of your business, these email subscribers are your potential clients, and you're gonna let them get to know you more, okay? So we're really gonna develop this know, like, trust. So we want them to get to know us. We want them to start to like us. And then after that, they're gonna trust us. And once we get those three, they're going to be ready to sign with us, right? And it can be a process for some it's immediate, and it's okay. We just need to be patient and allow and maybe their business is just not ready for the support yet. But when it is, they're gonna be like, oh, I remember Susie and she talked about this in an email. Who knows? I've had lots of stuff like that happen. It could be like an email I sent 3 years ago, and they bring it up, and I'm like, I don't remember that email, but okay, that's great, And so what we're going to do here is kind of develop this email sequence, and someone's going to sign up for your list, and I'm going to discuss different ways that they're going to sign up for your list. And then you're going to work them through a sequence of getting to know you. And you're going to automate this. And there's different email platforms out there. There's lots of free ones. So if you're in the beginning of your business, I encourage you to use a free platform. Okay. Later on down the road, if you want the fancy stuff, go ahead and pay for it. That's fine. So as a VA, you can either just have a spot where they sign up in a Google form. That could be how you collect it. In most email platforms, they are going to have a landing page where they can just sign up for your newsletter. Now, here's the thing. In the beginning, yes, just have like a page, and I'm going to do a tutorial on this in MailChimp on how you can do this. Just have a page, like jump on my newsletter, join my community, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to put their information in there, and you're going to put them into an automated sequence. Okay. Now, as we go through this, I do want you, like, as you decide what your industry is, you are going to create a lead magnet for your ideal client. So this is when we get to go back to some of the work we did on our ideal client, right? What are those challenges they're facing? Okay. Maybe if it's around social media, they don't know how to schedule or like plan their month. Okay. So what if you went and created a quick Google sheet of, a marketing calendar, a sample marketing calendar for a realtor? So let's say you really want to work in the real estate industry and you're good at social media. So you are going to create some simple Google sheet that has ideas of what a real estate agent can be marketing in social media throughout an entire month. And you could leave it as a Google sheet. You could put it into Canva and kind of make it pretty, like a pretty like calendar. It's up to you. And you're going to have that be your lead magnet. And so you put it out there, or like if someone's asking a question, be like, oh yeah, I have this, calendar, here you go, you can sign up here. It's going to send them your calendar. And now you have their information. And not only that, if that real estate, like if that industry is your ideal client, you know that anyone who signs up for that lead magnet is close to your ideal client, because most likely someone who is in restoration or in the concrete business is not going to grab a real estate marketing calendar, right? And so this is going to help us hone in on the clients that we want on our list and we want to be in communication with. Now, as you make your nurture sequence, so basically, if you don't know what a nurture sequence is, they're going to get your lead magnet, which is in this case is that marketing calendar, right? Or they're going to go to your landing page to sign up for it. Then we're going to send them an immediate email that links or attaches or whatever to the thing we promised them. So it's going to have a link to our Google Sheet, or it's going to have a link to the pretty Canva graphic that we made. And it's going to be like, hey, like here's that marketing calendar, and then just introduce yourself, right? And so I want you to develop these initial emails on your own, because I really want them to be about you and who you are, what your story is. Now, you can share your knowledge here. You can share your expertise and like, what got you to where you are today. And, these don't have to be perfect. You don't need to use marketing psychology to create these emails. They can be simple. They can be, just like 3 emails, kind of letting them know, like, first one could be like, here's who I am. And the second one can be like, here's my knowledge. And third one's, here's my expertise, right? And you can mention that you're a virtual assistant or mention your business, but it doesn't need to be like, sign up today. Like, we can just put it out there so they're aware that when they're ready to have someone help them with this beautiful marketing calendar they now have, they know who to go to. They know who knows their industry and knows how to do what they're looking for, right? And so really it's just kind of putting that seed out there, like, hey, when you're ready, I do this, right? You just be intentional, just be mindful, and take some time to write. I'd say 3 emails is great. Like if you really want to write like 7 emails, go for it. We don't need that many at this point in our business though. We're going to utilize these emails to communicate to our ideal client how our solution is a bridge to where they desire to be within their life or their business, and so your goal is for your ideal client to first get to know you, like you, and then establish trust, like I said. So the first thing I want you to do today within your homework is to start brainstorming a lead magnet. So what is it that you can provide your ideal client? See, and this is why I'm saying, like, you have to keep up on your homework, because if you haven't done your ideal client homework, you're not really sure who they are. And it's going to be hard to really utilize your time here if you don't know that. So if you're at this point and you don't know who your ideal client is, please go back and do that and then come back to this training. Now, you don't absolutely need to have a lead magnet or an email sequence to get clients. And I want to be very clear here. However, I do believe that you will attract higher quality and higher paying clients when you treat your business in a professional manner. And this is another way that we're going to show people that we run a business, that we're not someone who's just providing kind of like side gig support, right? We're showing that this is a business. Like, we are experts and specialize in our field. And you are showing up that you aren't just a VA who's going to pop in and disappear in 3 weeks, because you have a professional business. Now, the other reason I want you to start this now is because when we get to the Aspen method, or like our agency model, we will eventually be working towards growing our business in a different way. And I really want you to have this email list built. So when I refer to this email list you've built, everyone who has signed up for that marketing calendar isn't going to sign on as a client with you. However, you are going to have every single one of those people's name and their email. And you know that they have some kind of interest in the industry that you are trying to work in. And down the road, we're going to start marketing to them in a different way. So like I said, keep these emails simple. However, I really want them to be professional. I want to be like focus on grammar, make sure they're accurate, because the second someone sees something wrong in those emails, they're going to discredit you and your ability to provide quality support. You're not only drawing your ideal client in, you're showing that you know how to set up systems, that you can write clearly, that you're organized. So you're kind of presenting like a sample of your work by having this automation, this email sequence set up. And it might be overwhelming at first, but when you start talking to a client and they're like, oh, I really want to get into email marketing, or, are you able to send an email on MailChimp? Or do you'd be like, oh yeah, I've done that, because you've done it in your business, and that completely counts, right? So take the time to kind of figure this out. It depends on your tech knowledge. It might be a little much at first, but let me tell you, it's worth it. This project is going to be more than a one-day homework assignment. So you're not most likely going to be able to set up your automations and write these 3 welcome emails and create a lead magnet in one night. But I do want you to put it on your project management board that you already set up, to make sure it's something that you are working towards. I'm going to, below, I will definitely link some of my favorite and most affordable email platforms. I'd say go with the free options at first, and then when you want a little bit more, or your list is growing too big, you might look into paying for one. But again, you don't have to have a lead magnet. You don't have to have an email list, and this should not hold you back from launching your VA business. This is just something on the side that I have found very helpful in growing my VA business to an agency, and then now to recruiting and stuff like that, right? So the earlier you start it, the better, and it doesn't take a lot of work. And then once it's set up correctly, it's set up, okay? And this is an item that you can have in the back of your head. It's something that you can work on piece by piece as you're developing your business. We don't have to do this tonight, so please don't stress out about that. I just want you to start thinking about this. And the more that you talk to your ideal client, the more you're going to get ideas for lead magnets and things that you can provide. So it might be a template, or, let's say you love graphic design. Maybe you're going to go and create 10 graphics that a real estate agent could use in their social media, which is huge. That's actually a huge value. I wouldn't do 10. But just maybe 5, and give them a Canva link where they can make a copy of it, something like that. So there's so many options for lead magnets out here. They're going to help us find our ideal client. And then eventually so there's 3 basic categories of email marketing. You have your welcome, you have your nurture, and your sales. And so right now we're just working on our welcome sequence, okay? We're just getting people's information. We're putting it out there that we do what we do, okay? Eventually, we're going to provide value, and we're going to nurture these people, because if we are moving to an agency model, we want to make sure that we kind of keep that engagement going. It doesn't have to be daily, weekly. It can just be like a monthly check-in, or providing something you've seen happening in the industry and whatnot. And then eventually we are going to have some sales sequences going, but that's down the line. Right now, I just want you to focus on your welcome emails. And so below, you're going to kind of see an example of what a sequence could look like, and then some resources as you build this out. So tonight, your homework is to catch up on everything that you haven't done so far. And then if you are all caught up, I would like you to start brainstorming based on the ideal client list and some of the, your 10 by 10, what lead magnet could you provide to someone as kind of almost, a carrot, right? And either start developing that or just start, drafting it out and sketching it. Or you could start writing your welcome email, or like, what would an introduction email look like in a professional way where you're describing who you are. So that's it for today, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.